Let us take a moment to still our hearts, quiet our minds, and center ourselves. As a new day dawns, may the light of goodness within shine, vanquishing the consuming weight of struggle, despair, and distraction. Like the bird that longs to feel the light breaking through the darkness, may all who journey a shaded road be enlightened. Maria will light our chalice here in the sanctuary. Those of you at home are invited to light your own chalice now. We gather this hour as people of faith with joys and sorrows, gifts and needs. We light this beacon of hope as a sign of our quest for truth and meaning in celebration of the life we share together. Before we sing the first hymn, let me remind our remote participants to leave yourselves muted. However, we want you and whoever is with you to sing with us as big and loud as you like. Make it a joyous experience. Please stand in body or spirit and sing the opening hymn, Filled with Loving Kindness, number 1031.
1, 2, 3. May we be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be whole. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be whole. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be whole.
Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist community of Cambria. We are glad you have joined us today. Our UUCC sanctuary sits on land that the Salinan and Chumash indigenous peoples historically inhabited for countless generations before Europeans arrived in the late 1700s. Prior to the Spanish conquest and settlement, both these peoples fished, hunted, and foraged, making use of the abundant resources along the coast and inland areas of what is now San Luis Obispo County, while at the same time living a spiritual life in harmony with the land and waters. Due to plentiful resources and a mild climate, it is estimated that prior to European contact, the coastal California area had one of the highest population densities in all of Northern America, with numerous tribes and many hundreds of villages. We are grateful for the stewardship of the Salinan and Chumash peoples over this beautiful land and encourage everyone to honor them and learn more. Let us respect their legacy and protect their history as we occupy this sacred space.
Thank you.
You're welcome. As Unitarian Universalists, we celebrate religious diversity and welcome all who journey in search of faith and spirituality. The UUCC is a lay-led congregation run by the democratic process. We invite speakers from different religious traditions and spiritual or scientific backgrounds, as well as community leaders, to speak at our pulpit. We encourage presentations covering a variety of topics and areas of interest that connect with our UU 7 principles and 6 values: equity, transformation, pluralism, generosity, justice, and interdependence, with love at the center. Today's service centers around love. We respond to the call of love because it is our common theological core. It is what can and does motivate us and illuminates our deepest commitments to each other. My name is Janet Cooper, and I'm your worship associate for this morning's service.
Morning, Janet.
Morning, daughter. I would like to extend a special welcome to today's guests and guest visitors. We are glad you joined us this morning. If you wish, please raise your hand and introduce yourself or your guest. Do we have anybody looking? I think everyone's been here before. Well, if you're not on the mailing list, please visit the UUCC website at uuccambria.org so that we can keep you informed about all of our activities. Members and friends, please check out what's happening, the e-blast sent to you every week. This is a great way to keep up to date with our latest news. And if you wish to see this or any of the past Zoom services, the recordings can be found on the UUCC website and on Facebook. So again, good morning and welcome to everyone. The affirmation is both a recognition of the nature of this community as well as a promise to which we aspire. Let us now recite the UUCC affirmation. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its prayer. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in freedom, and to help one another. We set aside this time for brief announcements that will be of interest to our community and friends. Please be succinct when announcing upcoming events or updates. If you have an announcement, please raise your hand. When Julia or I call on you, come to the podium or unmute yourself, then speak. Oh, okay, well, you want to come on?
Good morning. Two things. One, we're in the middle of running Follies. We have a performance today at 3 o'clock, and then next weekend at 7 o'clock, all 3 nights, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And second announcement, the worship committee meets tomorrow at 4:30 on Zoom. And so all of you on the committee, please be there. And if you'd like to join us, any of you are welcome to. Just send me a note and I'll get you the link.
Please join us on August 31st and participate in the Water Communion, a Unitarian Universalist tradition. The Water Communion, a Unitarian Universalist ritual of coming together in community, will be happening this Sunday, August 31st. It's often held in the late September or fall, as people return from their various paths, travels, rests, challenges, and new beginnings. Each person is invited to bring a small amount of water, either from a place they visited, a meaningful location, or simply from home. This water may represent a personal journey or transformation, a moment of joy or struggle, a connection to nature, or a symbol of hope, grief, and renewal. During the service, we each pour our water into a common bowl, blending our stories, our experiences, and intentions into one. We may come from many places and hold many perspectives, but we are one community, diverse yet united. The Water Communion speaks to some of our deepest values, that every person matters, that we're all connected like rivers flowing into the same sea, and that we come together with intention and love. We create something sacred, Also, the singing rehearsal that had been scheduled for Friday at 4 o'clock has been canceled. Please make a note of it.
I'm a member of the nominating committee, and yes, along with John and along with Art. I am very lucky to work with these two guys. And I'm making an announcement this morning that we have a few openings. The challenging one is following Dolores, what a hard act to follow as the president. And so we would like to encourage you to think about taking that on. And you have wonderful people to help you if you follow that tradition. Then 3 members at large, and I know my husband has done that for the last couple of years. So if you want to know what he does, and it's not onerous, I don't think, you can talk to Ted. So 3 members at large, and then 3 people to replace those of us that have been on the nominating committee. And that has been a joy and very nice. It's just over a few months. So that's a nice one to sign up for. Ask any of us if you have questions. We would love to have you, if you're not even sure of what these positions are, to at least ask about it, and we won't tie you down and sign you up, okay? But we'd love to hear from you.
Good morning. It's great to see so many of you here this morning. My name's Andy Fagan. I organize the religious education programs that we have here at the UUCC, and one of those programs is a group reading of this very important book, The Sources of Our Faith. We gather here on the last Wednesday of the month, so that's coming up this Wednesday at 4 p.m. It's the 27th. And all are welcome. No homework required. No, you don't even need to bring the book. It's here. We read it together at a nice, gentle pace and discuss what we're hearing and what the meaning of the readings are. We're about halfway through. You can see the post-it here. You're welcome to come 4 o'clock this Wednesday here in the sanctuary.
Hi, just really quickly. We didn't quite have enough people to put together showing at the Pine Dorado Parade, which is okay. We did very well with our outreach with the 501c3 event that Randy and I tabled, and then Sue did such a magnificent job at the LGBTQ event. So anyway, I'm looking for even more outreach kinds of events, just to let the people in Cambria know that we're here. But I just wanted to make you aware if you were looking for, bar us parading through on the Pine Dorado Parade. I'm afraid this year we're not going to be doing that, but maybe next year.
Julia, are there any announcements on Zoom?
No announcements on Zoom. Back to you.
Next week, Darcy Lober will lead Water Worthy of Our Worship, a water communion service. And as Maria mentioned, remember to bring a small vial of water. Joys and Concerns is a time for sharing. If you wish, you may come forward and briefly express a personal celebration, sorrow, reflection, or gratitude. Simply. The collective flames of these candles embody all the joys and concerns which may have gone unspoken today, but are also deeply felt in this community. The first reading is titled The Power of Compassion, author unknown. Sympathy looks in and says, I'm sorry. Compassion goes in and says, I'm with you. Sympathy looks in and says, I would like to help. Compassion goes in and says, I'm here to help. Sympathy says, I wish I could carry your burden. Compassion says, cast your burden on me. Sympathy often irritates with many words. Compassion helps and hears in quietness and understanding. Let us enter a place of peace and serenity where you are one with your spiritual being. Be at peace within your space, where the absence of all that is temporal is its most cherished gift. Let us enter the stillness. May we find the compassion and empathy we need to strengthen relationships. May we find ways to love each other well. May we not judge or condemn, but rather build a beloved community. The second reading is a statement by Julia Cameron, the author of The Artist's Way. I am compassionate. I allow my heart and imagination to embrace the difficulties and concerns of others. While maintaining my own balance, I find it within myself to extend sympathy, attention, and support. When they are grieved, I listen with openness and gentle strength. I offer loyalty, friendship, and human understanding. Without undermining or enabling, I aid and assist others to find their strength. I allow the healing power of the universe to flow through me, soothing the hearts and feelings of those I encounter. The anthem today is Love Never Fails by J.A.C. Redford, words based on Corinthians 13 to 18. We'd like to welcome the members of the Cambria Chorale, Mike Broadhurst, Kathy Dowding, Steve Dowding, Deborah Horry, Nancy Tabor, Marilyn Villeneuve, and some of our very own UUC members. The choir will be led by Rebecca Hendricks.
If I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have a faith that can move mountains, but have not love, I am nothing.
If I give all I possess to the poor and surrender my body to the flames, but have not love, I gain nothing.
Love is patient, love is kind, love leaves envy far behind, never boastful, proud or rude, love rejoices
Thank you so much. That was beautiful. Today, Nancy Tholen will read Love is Like a Box of Chocolates by Sarah Schurr. Nancy?
Love. It could be such a confusing word in our language. I can say, I love my children, and I can say, I love watching Downton Abbey. Both of these statements are true, but I assure you my feelings for watching the adventures of the Crawley family pale in comparison to the connection I have with my children. Love means a lot of different things. People experience love differently, even love that might look the same on the outside. The ancient Greeks had something that helped, different words for different kinds of love. One is eros. Eros is the passion that young lovers feel for each other. It's the romantic head over heels love that's often connected with physical attraction. Many of us think of romantic love as adorable or even enviable, and it can be. Eros love is what most songs on the radio are about. But the ancient Greeks often considered it dangerous because of the out-of-control nature and the way these feelings can get you into trouble. Eros is a very powerful force. There's also pragma, or long-standing love. Those of us who have been married for a long time know that the crazy new crush feeling does not last until the golden anniversary. It is something else. It's a different love. Pragma is based on compromise, in mutual regard and respect, in tolerance. I have heard that when we start a relationship, that we fall in love. Over time, instead, we stand in love. That is pragma. It makes me sad when I hear folks think that if the crazy eros feeling fades, it means the relationship is over and you need to move on to a new eros. But the love of pragma, which sounds a lot like pragmatic to me, is a fine love that will see you through the hills and valleys that life offers up to us. It is comforting and warm love, even if it is not so thrilling at times. Another word supplied to us by ancient Greece is philia, the love of deep friendship. We have philia for a comrade who we fought side by side with, or on the battlefield, or in the trenches of a social movement. These are those old high school or college friends that we still feel close to, or the poker group that has met every month for a decade. Philia is more constant than eros, more reliable and lasting. There is ludus, or playful love. Ludus can range from a flirtatious dance to the joshing that happens on Mardi Gras. Most of us have had the experience of flirting with or suggestive kidding with someone just because it was fun. It didn't mean anything like deep connection. It was a kind of mutual game. Ludus is only problematic when it is confused for something different than it is. Then there's agape love, the selfless love for other human beings. We often refer to that love as compassion or empathy. Agape is what keeps nurses warm and friendly as they care for the demented patient, and what urged the firefighters on to run toward the Twin Towers. The Buddhists call it loving kindness. If you were to read the Christian Bible in its original Koine Greek, this is the word you would see over and over again, agape. In fact, the reading from 1 Corinthians that we so often hear, the one about faith, love, and hope, isn't about the love between honeymooners, it's about agape. Here's part of that famous passage with the word compassion inserted as a better translation than love. And we just heard the song about it. If I speak in the tongues of mortals and angels, but do not have compassion, I am a noisy gong or clanging cymbal. and if I have prophetic powers and understand all mysteries and knowledge, and if I have faith so as to move mountains but do not have compassion, I am nothing. If I give away all my possessions and I hand over my body to be burned but do not have compassion, I gain nothing. Compassion is patient. Compassion is kind. Compassion is not envious or boastful or arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice in wrongdoings, but rejoices in the truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Compassion never ends. Prophecies will come to an end. Tongues will cease. Knowledge will come to an end. Now faith, hope, and compassion abide these three, and the greatest of these is compassion. Last on the list of words for different kinds of love is philatia, or the way you love yourself. This kind of love needs to be balanced. There's self-love that is positive self-esteem and a happy self-confidence. That's good. We need to love ourselves and treat ourselves as valuable people. Doing so helps us to take good care of ourselves and provides a base from which we can love others. Then there's arrogant and narcissistic self-love that can be destructive. It can overshadow the compassionate agape love and keep a person focused on themselves alone. That's not so good. In the movie by the same name, Forrest Gump says, "Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get." Is that true of love as well? That you never know what you're going to get? Well, love is full of surprises, and life is full of surprises, and love can be as well. Like love, chocolate comes in many forms. The confection we usually think of as chocolate is made of processed cocoa beans mixed with some kind of fat and some kind of sugar. How much fat and sugar and whatever else they add determines a lot about what it tastes like. Have you ever tasted unsweetened baking chocolate? It's really bitter. Eating it isn't a pleasant experience. Bittersweet chocolate, on the other hand, is made just of cocoa beans, cocoa butter, and sugar. The cocoa content is often about 70%, and the flavor is kind of complicated. It has the pleasant sweetness of fine chocolate, but it's not so sweet. You can't eat too much of it because after too much, the bitter starts to show through. Milk chocolate has more sugar and less cocoa than the bittersweet. There's no bitter aftertaste, so it's easy to eat. But after a while, that can start to get cloying in its sweetness. Chocolate can disappoint. Think of that mass-produced, inexpensive chocolate that you find in those coins or Easter bunnies. You see them and say, wow, chocolate. They look like chocolate, and they are brown like chocolate. But when you bite down, there are so many additives, so much partially hydrogenated soybean oil, that the taste of chocolate just isn't there. Sometimes we keep eating it, thinking it must be good because it is, after all, chocolate, but it never works. I think love can be like this. Not everyone has the same needs in terms of love. Just as some of us like the 70% cocoa content, while others like a 35%, and there's even those who like white chocolate. There's a wide variety of tastes and what we look for in a loving relationship. Some folks want excitement, while others want comfort. Sometimes we don't get what we want. In terms of eros and excitement, is it love or just a good time? The key to living in compassion and respect is to know what you seek, and if you enter a relationship, make sure you know what the other person seeks. In a moment, we will take part in a chocolate communion by passing dishes of chocolate around the aisles filled with single origin 72% cacao dark chocolate rectangles. But to honor diversity in taste, there are also some good old-fashioned milk chocolate squares for those who would rather have them. Please take a piece of chocolate as the dish passes by, but wait before you eat your candy. We are going to do a chocolate meditation together. Okay. No, it's hard to wait. At least for me it is. Okay, does everyone who wants one have a chocolate? I take that as a yes. Okay, now all together, hold your chocolate in your hand. Look at the color. Smell the aroma. Is it melting in your hand? Is your mouth watering? Now take your chocolate and rather than putting the whole thing in your mouth, just take a tiny bite and let it dissolve slowly without chewing. Notice the taste, the sweetness. Notice any other flavors present in your chocolate. How do you feel when you eat the chocolate? Is this flavor, guilt should not, okay. Is this flavor associated with any memories? When you are ready, go ahead and finish your candy in any way you want to. You can continue to nibble at the edges, or you can pop the whole thing in your mouth, or something in between. There's time to let it melt if you want. But think about which did you choose? And when your chocolate is gone, how do you feel? Yes, love is like a box of chocolates. Both can involve some choice and some risk. Love and chocolate can bring you joy, but they can also be kind of messy. Different people have different tastes and different desires, but know that your love and your life is honored here as we grow in compassionate community. It's by Sarah Movius Schurr, not me. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you, Nancy. Okay, the morning offering will now be given and received. Please remember, we are a self-sustaining congregation and provide all financial resources for our many ministries. Today is Fourth Sunday. The collection today is the second one taken this quarter to be donated to Green Space. We recognize the spiritual value of generosity and invite you to participate. If you're viewing the service remotely, please use one of the methods shown on the screen. Our thanks for all gifts given and received for the work of this community. Please stand, embody your spirit, and sing the closing hymn, Where My Free Spirit Onward Leads, number 324. As we prepare to extinguish the chalice, let us recite the valediction. We extinguish the flame of this chalice, and we know that the light of truth and love and the warmth of this community go with us until we meet again. Please extinguish your chalice at home now. Now let's form a circle and join hands. Nancy?
We may never know what we're going to get, but we need to make the most of it and enjoy chocolate and love to the fullest.
Thank you. Thank you.